Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Furkan, a product designer working in London, and in this video I'm going to walk through my product design salary living in London and working in London for the last 6 years. I'm going to walk through my different salary levels whilst I've been a product designer. So let's get started. So I feel like it's super important to share salaries as designers, especially seeing other design YouTubers share theirs. It encourages more transparency and makes sure that people are on more of a level playing field when it comes to money, and that's super important for diversity and inclusion. So I started Ford way back in 2015 at the age of 18 straight from school. So I started an apprenticeship at Ford. So 1 day a week I was going to university part-time, and the other 4 days I was working full-time at Ford. So Ford were paying for my tuition fees, and for context, tuition fees in the UK are around £9,500 per year, and they were paying me an apprentice salary as well. So I was getting £17,500 on my first year at Ford, and I was doing software engineering for the first year. And this was a decent salary at the age of 18 for someone that was working before in retail and now studying at university and working at Ford. I thought this is a big step up, and tuition fees are expensive, and yeah, student life and living at home, you can save a lot of money, and it was pretty decent. So year 2 at Ford, they bump up your salary because you've passed your first year of university. So they bump it up by another £2,500, and that is now £20,000, and I'm now at the age of 19 and still doing software engineering. So my second year in 2016, I was on £20,000. So year 3, I switched to product design. I was a junior designer, and I got the opportunity to train in-house inside agencies like a WPP, so working with Ogilvy, GTB, VML, and Ford. They paid again for all of my commuting costs, my lunch costs, and I got a salary bump from year 2 to year 3. I got another £2,500 this time, so I was on £22,500. So I was still studying and doing the degree. Ford were paying for the degree, got a salary increase, and now I moved to work inside London, inside the city as well. So that was a pretty cool career change, as well as I was saving a lot of money because Ford were paying for my transport costs and my lunch costs there as well. So year 4 on the apprenticeship, I actually started renting a place in London. Ford give me a salary bump to £24,500, and I'm still working inside the agency. Ford are paying for my transport costs, and I'm on my second year as a designer, 4th year onto the apprenticeship. So £24,500 is a decent amount of money to be on at this young, and I guess it's just about livable in London. Like, you don't save as much as living at home, but I was still enjoying myself whilst learning a lot as a designer. So year 5, I graduate from the apprenticeship, and Ford give you a massive pay bump because now you're qualified, you have a degree, you're not an apprentice anymore. So they bump my salary from £24,500 to around £40,000. So a big increase, and at the age of 22, 23, I was super grateful for this bump, and I'm on my 3rd year as a designer, still learning loads, working on projects like Ford Pass Pro, Ford Pass, and yeah, I was super happy at the time on my 3rd year as a designer. So year 6 to where we are today, currently on £42,500, so Ford gave me a slight pay increase over another year, and I'm now 4 years into product design. So 4 years experience as a product designer, 2 as a software engineer, and I'm pretty happy with the salary. The main reason I'm really happy with the salary is because of how good the work-life balance is at Ford. I know at big tech companies, other companies around London, they're paying way more with someone with 4 years of experience as a product designer, and the reason I've stayed put so far and so long at Ford was because of how good the work-life balance is. The amount of hours I have to put in are probably way less than everyone else that are doing their job. Like you see on social media, people talking about the stresses around their job, but at Ford it's so chilled. The work-life balance is ridiculously good. So I was like, look, for £42,500, I'm not stressing about anything at work. I'm enjoying my social life and my social time during like work hours and after work hours. I have a lot of time on my hands. I can do things like this YouTube channel, Figma community stuff. So I've really been enjoying myself, even though I know I could have been getting more money, and money's never really been a massive goal or like concern of mine, especially being younger with no commitments. I know that's a really privileged place to be in, but at the end of the day, money's not on the top of my list right now. It's all about experiences and learning opportunities and having that really good work-life balance. But saying that, if you haven't seen the video already, I will be leaving Ford by this year, so it's obviously been a great time, but I've really enjoyed the salaries that I have been on, and I feel like they have been pretty fair for like the amount of work that you have to do and the amount of hours you have to put in. If you read about the 4-hour work week, one factor you should always take in is the amount of hours you have to put in for the amount that you get paid. Someone could be on a 6-figure salary and they're probably doing maybe 2 to 3 times the amount of work that I'm doing right now, and at the end of the day, the amount of work I have to do per hour is really minimal. So that's why I'm super happy, and I stayed at Ford for 6 years. I hope you found this video useful, me being transparent about my salary, as well as me being open about the importance of my work-life balance and the fact that it has been more of a chilled career that I've been going for so far. So be sure to comment down below the importance of work-life balance for you and design salaries, and hopefully this opens you up to the London salaries as well. And maybe is this more than what you think a product design would be getting at London, or is this a lot less? So be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for future design related videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.